The Wizard King Julius Novachrono is the most powerful person in all of Black Clover, and all of the Clover Kingdom, I guess I should say. With this time magic, he can literally affect and manipulate time to his own will, and it makes him nearly unstoppable. He's also a noble, and it's extremely high amount of mana, and a great amount of control of it. But I seek to answer your guys' question of how strong is the Wizard King really? How strong is Julius Novachrono? But in order to do that, we're going to have to look into the manga spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then you may want to back out of this video. But if you don't care about spoilers, then just continue with the video and come on guys, just read the damn manga. So first, it'd be easiest just to take his stats from the guidebook. Julius has a 4 out of 5 in physical strength, a 5 out of 5 in mana amount, a 5 out of 5 in magic control, and a 4 out of 5 in mana sensing, with a 5 out of 5 in cleverness, and a 5 out of 5 in forward looking. Taking these stats and combining it with Julius's experience and his OP time magic, it is very easy to see why he is the Wizard King of the Clover Kingdom. He's only fought a few times in the show Black Clover though, from what we've seen. Of course, he's fought many times before in the lore of his character, but we only really see 2 fights. And it really only showed his full power for an instant. But we are going to be talking about the first real fight we ever saw him in, and that would be against several members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, including Voltos, Sally, Rades, and other minor members. He went there to save Asta, as well as to discover more about the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and this led to a face-off. Julius announces his presence to the terrorist group, and before these 2 members could pull out their grimoire to use a spell, Julius had already blitzed them and killed them both with his aging attacks. He moves forward again and is attacked by tree magic, but instead of the attack hitting him, Julius was able to just react fast enough and lift his hand up and kill him before the attack even hit Julius. This is when Sally and a fellow Midnight Sun member began to spam attacks at Julius, as to which he effortlessly dodged all of the attacks, shocking every one of them, and it is then revealed to us that Julius actually wasn't taking any of this seriously. He wasn't using his full power. He stasis to Asta when Asta is freed of captivity. It is important to note that Sally is a high-level mage in her own right, and so is likely the fellow Eye of the Midnight Sun member. Yet he easily defeated both of them while taking it easy on them. Now his Chronos Stasis time balls do seem to be pretty overpowered, as you can't break out of them once you're trapped in them. He was even able to hold captains like Jack the Ripper and Yami in them in recent filler episodes. Now like I said, unfortunately we don't get to see much of Julius fight. He doesn't fight again until the chapter 140 range of the manga, when he fights Licht, which is really actually revealed to be a fake Licht, whose name is actually Patri. Now it is explained that Julius, with his time magic, can slow time, bind it, speed it up tremendously, or destroy it. A single one of his attacks is lethal. This is because the attacks of Julius rapidly age the victim it hits. Now, people use the fact of Julius being killed by Patri as a way to downplay his overall power, but those are people who just didn't pay attention to the context of the fight. Julius was actually holding back the entire time because he didn't want to hurt or kill William, who was the actual body that Patri was using. Patri was inside of William's body. So all of Julius's killing attacks were off limits. Literally, each attack was lethal. If you get hit with it, it's a lethal attack. Julius didn't use that the entire time. Julius at any point in this fight could have ended it effortlessly. Patri was not in William's body, he would have been effortlessly slaughtered. Julius can even take attacks from his enemies and use his time magic to speed them up and throw them back at the enemy. Now what is even more impressive for Julius is not only was he suppressing his magic power, not using fatal blows, but he was doing this while fighting light magic, which is the only weakness to time magic. Basically, light magic is the weakness to time magic, like water is the weakness to fire. One of the biggest and most impressive things here is that it is very, very likely that Patri is far stronger than he was when he fought Yami. This is based on comparing the guidebook to the statement from Yuki Tabata. Patri isn't featured in the top 11 physically strong mages. This list came out around the time of the chapters where it took place in the Witch's Forest arc. We don't know when this list was originated, but it could have been, for when Patri was first revealed, the third eye was just revealed, or it could be from at that point. But in that book, it gives the 11th most physically strongest mages, and Patri isn't on that list. But then when we get the guidebook, he gets a 4 out of 5 in physical strength. Well, 4 out of 5 would put him above several members of this list who have 3 out of 5. So that means that actually Patri has likely gotten a lot physically stronger since his entrance when he fought Yami. And that makes sense because he saw how strong Yami was because of how physically strong he was. He saw how strong Asta was because of how physically strong he was. It would make a lot of sense if he actually took the time to train. Same with Veto. That's why Veto is so powerful and such a dangerous enemy, is because he is physically strong. So he could have easily taken the time to train physically. It is never stated or shown, but if one guy says he's this strong, the other says he's this strong, and they take place at different points in the series, you have to jump in there and say, oh, you could really explain this with the lore that this Patri is stronger now. Also, he could, and probably is, likely stronger magic-wise as well, because he has the 4-leaf clover grimoire, and likely months have passed. You get way stronger with the 4-leaf clover grimoire just by having it. Yuno is insanely powerful over this time. Now, he's working hard too, but also the 4-leaf clover works as a boost because it gives you that luck. So, again, it doesn't state that this Patri is stronger, but there is so much evidence within the lore that shows that he is. It would make sense why he was able to still give the Wizard King trouble even though he was suppressed. And also, one thing that could also show that Patri is stronger than before is when his magic got unsealed. So when his magic got unsealed against Asta, his Demon Destroyer sword unsealed it, his power surged. It surged so much that not even the 4 captains teaming up could have stopped that amount of power. It was so powerful that it rivaled the Third Eye's self-sacrifice magic. And well, we don't know if when they resealed it, if Patri kept that level of mana within him, or if that was just resealed over again. Because we don't know if that was sealed into him, and since it's sealed into him, it doesn't give him power. But when the seal broke, it was filling his body with mana, and then when they resealed it, we don't know if it just resealed the remaining mana he was going to get, or if it resealed the amount overall and just he didn't get to keep any of it. We don't know. But there is a lot of evidence showing that Patri is stronger at this point in the series than he was when he fought Yami. Which again, Julius, let's just go over it again. Julius was fighting his weakness and light magic. He couldn't use any of his most powerful attacks. He was suppressing himself, and this Patri is stronger. And you could even say that Julius might have been also extending the fight for fun. I mean, this isn't shown, but we know in Julius's character that he loves magic. He likes to see cool, rare types of magic. Light magic is the rarest magic in Black Clover, so he would probably be really excited to see this type of magic. We don't know that. That's just headcanon. I'm just stating that. But also, guys, the most impressive with Julius is when we see his full power. Patri unseals his magic and unleashes a country-level attack. Yes, this attack covered the entire country. It was going to kill every civilian, every person in the Clover Kingdom. And Julius was able to reverse that attack. He was able to revert it. So Julius reverted a country-level attack, and yes, it did take up all of his mana, and he would be killed by Patri after this, unfortunately. But still, if he can revert a country magic attack with time, he could probably also use a country-level attack with time. So that's how powerful the Julius Novachrono is, the Wizard King. He is probably country level. He also would at least be relative to light speed, but I would argue probably light speed or faster. He does say, oh, light magic is faster, but then again, he is also suppressing himself, and yet has times where he's faster than Patri, or just as fast. So it's almost like he's playing on Patri's own arrogance as an elf, that, oh, I have light magic. But anyways, you can say he's at least relative to light speed and combat speed. He has light speed, combat, reaction speed, and you could easily say he's faster than light in both reaction and combat speed if you scale off of Gauche. Now we know Gauche uses light magic, well, refracted light magic because he has mirror magic. He uses reflected light, and if you even just lowball his magic to be in light speed, then you could say that Patri's weaker than himself now was faster than Gauche's. And that would mean that light speed, like the light speed that we're dealing with Patri, is way faster than the speed of light, which would put Julius to faster than light speeds easily. But that's just, that's not as solid. We know that he would at least be relative to light speed, or I would say at least light speed, but you could easily scale him to be faster than that, especially since, how strong he is. It would make sense for him to be this fast, because if Mario Leona can defeat Third Eye Raya, who would be far stronger than the Patri that fought Yami. Remember, Raya, suppressed, was stronger than Patri. Then there's fully powered Raya, then there's Third Eye Raya. And Mario Leona was fodderizing him, and he was using light magic. So I would say that Patri is probably stronger than that, just if you power scale. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this video. Do you think that Julius is that strong? I would say he's easily a top 3 strongest mage that we have ever seen in Black Clover. Now, the first Wizard King, I would probably put him above Julius, And also, Licht. Licht defeated 2 captain level people at the same time, and he didn't even have his grimoire, wasn't even trying, and also wasn't even fully reincarnated. So I'm sure if Licht was fully reincarnated, had his grimoire, and was trying, he would be Wizard King level, especially based on that, you know, he was equal to the Wizard King, the first Wizard King, who was probably way stronger than Julius. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...